What's up, YouTube? My name is Kenny J, the insurance guru, and this is Kenny J TV. Guys, welcome to another episode of Kenny J TV. If this is your first time, feel free to browse around and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for our latest notification. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to Kenny J TV. In this episode, we are talking to an insurance legend. We have Mr. George Pettis, the owner of George Pettis State Farm, and also one of my biggest referral partners. I think he can bring a lot of value to the channel, and I'm happy to have you here today. How you doing today?
Oh, good, good, good. Good to be a part of your operation. Yeah,
Yes,
on
sir.
this beautiful Friday.
I appreciate it for sure. So I'm going to start light and want to ask, what inspired you to choose the State Farm route for your insurance career, and what drew you to this opportunity?
Well, graduating from college, I my first job was with the Hartford in claims, and
Hmm.
worked there a few years. And State Farm um, was always a good company, and I was fortunate enough to get a claims job with State Farm. And after working a few years in the claims department there, um, I handled the territory up in Cleveland County. And I used to watch the agents there operate, taking care of clients' needs and policies being written and servicing them. And so I gained an interest. I was always a hard worker. Claims, works you pretty hard. And I said, if I could get a job that my efforts would reward me financially. So I talked to some of the agents that I was servicing up in Cleveland County, and they recommended that I look into agency. And so I took a test, and fortunately, I was selected to become an agent. But insurance has always been my background since college.
I love it. And I hear so many people that come from claims that go on the sales side once they realize how much like the agents make. I've spoken to so many. They're like, yeah, I used to be in, claims. I used to be an adjuster, but now I'm on this side because of the money. So that's
Right.
really that's really cool to hear. And then what are some key strategies that you've used to grow your agency over the years?
The Some of the main things. Number one, honesty.
Mm.
Uh, I have never been one to push policies just for the numbers. I sincerely care about my clients and taking care of their needs and not just promoting something because it was a promotion going on. So actually caring and making sure I fit the right products and provide the right protection for folks. Because in claims, I was able to see a
Mhm.
lot of people that would have accidents and did not have the proper coverages or enough coverage to pay claims.
And how long have you been with State Farm?
Uh, since I've been an agent since 1987, started in claims in 1985.
Gotcha. And then what do you think sets State Farm apart? Like just in your opinion?
Um, Policyholders, they've always done the right thing by and for policyholders.
What qualities do you look for in a referral partner?
Um, Look for someone that's going to be honest, like me,
Yeah.
uh, and do the right thing by people. Don't just try to force unneeded things on them, and be responsive. Um, if you say you're going to call someone back, do it, and uh, take care of folks. Just as if it's an extension for me. Uh, yeah.
I love it. And then what advice would you give to insurance agents that are looking to build like that referral network?
Um, you need to just knock on some doors and reach out to different folks and make sure you set the stage as far as the qualities that you want in that referral. Um, to be an extension of your office, because like in our case, a lot of folks that I refer you to, maybe somewhere down the line, they may come back because of that, that connection, and we got them with someone that took care of them when they were in a bad situation that we couldn't write. So make sure it's somebody that you can relate to, and you got some things in common as far as doing the right thing for people. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And I think communication and honesty, like you said, is very important because, you never want to partner with someone and then start to steal clients because
Right.
it'll come back to bite you in the butt. And it's like, you're stealing one client when this person could have given you a plethora of clients. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I tell people just, to be honest, just like you said. Um,
Right.
and then how do you handle competition in such a saturated market?
Try to sell the needs and also the service aspect,
Mhm.
because I tell a lot of people that, hey, we may not be the cheapest, but we're going to be the best when it comes time for a claim to be handled, or in the case of getting the correct information to process a claim, that type of thing. So that old adage, cheap is not always better. And I've had a lot of people to go to other companies and then they did not get the level of service that they got, here. Yep. So that's the main thing.
And then are you seeing any trends in the insurance industry right now that agents should pay attention to?
Yeah, I think insurance companies are getting a lot tougher now from the claims aspect. And back in the days where they were getting a good return on their investment, they could absorb a lot of losses, but now it's getting real tough. So um, people can have one or two claims and a company may cancel them. They're also getting tough on roofing. I think several billions of dollars was spent on roof claims. And so now they are using drones and things to inspect roofs before it's been written or put on the books. And if they see any kind of uh, uh, issues, they're not writing business wholesale like they used to. So it's getting a little tougher.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
And that's why I talk to a lot of my realtor partners and let them know, like, listen, if this home has an older roof, let the client know what that looks like, especially for insurance, because most carriers won't even write like an older roof. They're like, you know what, we're just not going to do it, pass it off. And this is coming from the independent side where we used to, could write pretty much anything. Now they're like, yeah, we lost too much money. If you want us to insure, they need a new roof. But who has that money to just replace the roof before they buy the house? So I always think it's important to have those conversations. Um,
Right.
so for agents starting their careers, what are three key lessons that you've learned that can help them succeed in their career?
Um, you've got to be consistent um, in several aspects in the learning process, because it's a lot to learn. You got to be consistent in how you approach people and what you tell them, because, like I say, it's a competitive arena out there, and people are looking for honesty and something a little extra than all the time price. Um, and just got to be willing to work hard. I mean, it's not a 9 to 5 job. It's a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
And just grasp a hold of all the knowledge that you can, and don't get frustrated that you don't know it all, because you can't learn all of this. Yeah, yeah,
It's a very complex industry, and that's what I enjoy about it is I'm always, learning something new. You know what I mean? I
right,
don't ever be in a job where I just kind of know everything and kind of going through the motions. So I enjoy that about this.
right.
What habits or routines have helped you stay motivated and successful in your business?
Uh, the habits that each day is an opportunity to take care of someone,
Mhm.
and to because a lot of times people are coming to us when they've had a claim or an issue, and they look for advice of how to proceed, and they look for a calming effect, um, to settle them down when they've had their car wrecked, or a home caught fire or water damage.
Mhm.
Um, so that, I think, is critical, to make sure that you're there for people. Don't just write the policies and run and hide. Be there to facilitate any issues or questions. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then what legacy do you hope to leave as an insurance professional?
Uh, my biggest legacy is that I did right by people and for people. Um, I always said that when I got into business, I wanted to be able to look my clients in the eye 20 years from the time I wrote them, and not have to turn my head
Yeah.
saying, okay, I didn't do right by them, or I didn't give them the right policy or the right advice. So my legacy is, hey, I did the right thing for people, by people, and, was ethical and honest.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And then what does a typical day look like for you as the owner of a State Farm agency?
Just depends on what day.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, it varies. I mean, one day it can be quiet. Next day it could be one call after another, with claims issues. Um, one day it can be people needing last minute stuff, you know. Um, so it just varies, and that's the exciting part about this, is that it's never a dull moment. Um, but we come in, trying to see what new business we can write, and then handle and facilitate the on-board folks with whatever needs they may have at the time. So, yeah.
Like, so are you still selling? Like,
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay. I talked to some agency owners, they're like, no, I don't really sell anymore. It's always interesting to hear that. Some people say they do, some people say they don't. Do you still enjoy selling insurance?
I do. Yeah. In fact, a lot of some of my team members and some other agents, like you said, they're like, "You still selling? You still
Yeah,
quoting?" I mean, but that's just the fabric that I'm cut from. I roll my sleeves up and I get involved.
yeah. Which,
So,
which yeah, which is a sign of a good leader. They always say a leader shows or leads by, being in there with the pads. A
right,
boss just tells everybody what to do without even showing them an example of that.
right.
And then what are some challenges that you faced in running your agency and how have you overcome them?
Wow. Big challenge is finding good people, employees. That's in today's time, and especially since COVID, a lot of people don't want to work in the office. They're very demanding. Oh, I want to work from home. Um, so the big issue is finding good people that are passionate about the business and willing to learn. Um, a lot of people give up, get frustrated. Oh, this is too hard. Um, that's one of the biggest ones, I think. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And definitely want to hear your take on like what is your thoughts on, somebody working from home opposed to someone coming in the office? Because I know you've been in the insurance industry a lot longer than me, so I know your thoughts are probably different on that.
Yeah, I'm old school, but I'm beginning to kind of lean towards, um, having some off property folks that, can market and do things like that. But I'm old school. I just think if you've got a physical building and a presence that you can bring people in, um, then they can meet you. They can, shake your hand. They can, you know, uh, make a connection. But but I know the world is going to technology and digital, so I'm kind of leaning towards accepting it. But
Yeah.
I just think, especially with State Farm, our thing would always be that we had agents, that you could, a good neighbor.
Yeah.
But I think going with the digital thing doesn't really separate a lot of companies from each other anymore. Geico, is always been online or digital. So um, I'm leaning towards trying to do some different things. Yeah.
I got you. And then how do you measure success in your agency beyond just revenue?
Um, I think looking at laps um, if people are staying with us, then that means they're satisfied with what we're doing and how we're doing it. Um, I always had a pretty good lapse can ratio because, like I say, we kind of um, gave the impression that we cared about people and the connection of family. So if you don't have a lot of people going out the back door, I think that's a measure of you doing the right things.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great way to look at it. So I have two more questions for you. Uh,
Uh-huh.
One, how can viewers connect with you and learn more about George Pettis State Farm?
They can do it digitally. They can, of course, the phone number 704-523-1717. Yep. So, but those two means. Uh-huh.
And I'll have the information in the description box below as well. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, uh,
Okay.
or wants any quotes, all that information will be in the description box. And lastly, what's next for your agency? Like what goals are you working on or working towards?
Uh, Still trying to grow. Um, yep. You just really can't stop doing that. You know, so still in that mode of trying to generate new and good clients. Um, that's the main focus, and to be multi-line to take care of all their needs from auto, home, life, health. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I love
Mm-hmm.
it. Well, thank you so much for dropping so much wisdom. Guys, all this information will be in the description box below if you're interested in connecting with George Pettis. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for our latest notification. We have a lot more interviews to come. Again, my name is Kenny J. the insurance guru, and this is Kenny JTV.